Shout out to Slowy Ryan in the chat as well. He's giving us some updates that Jaishi and Classic are mid-series. I'm sure they're being covered by another one of our lovely English casters as we are getting into our own best of 3. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Ancient Cistern, we have the South Korean Terran player. Representing himself, it is GuMiho. And spawning in the top right hand corner of Ancient Cistern, we have his opponent, the Chinese Zerg player, representing and managing TvZ Gaming. It is Hyperion. Let's go, Papi, let's go. Yeah, Hyperion has been really impressing us here over the past couple of weeks. I do think that he is peaking in performance, despite the fact that Hyperion has been competing for many years at this point. He's looking better than ever. So I want to see if he can put a dent in a player like GuMiho, as GuMiho is wild, he's crazy, he does whatever the hell he wants, and this is a part of that. GuMiho going for a low ground 2 racks on Ancient Cistern. Wild, mate, wild. So with this, of course, we should be seeing some Reapers coming out from GuMiho. This isn't like, you know, this isn't all in or anything like that. He can expand behind this. It's just a way to be aggressive early on. It's a way to snowball and get an early lead as well if you can out control your Zerg opponent. So very aggressive moves coming out from GuMiho. It's also a little bit unfortunate because of the spawn location. GuMiho's add-ons are going to be exposed if he does go for a tech lab and a reactor here, so he will be vulnerable to aggression from the Zerg player. If he does commit to bio, I wouldn't be surprised if we see him transition into mech off of this though. We'll see, we'll see. As the first Reaper is rushing across the map. Meanwhile, Hyperion, everything's normal. He went for a hatch gas pool opener. He's going for his third base as well. Everything is as it should be. Nothing too wild from our Zerg, as the Reaper is going to be slipping into the natural, is going to be revealing itself. Oh. And again, this first Reaper, it's normal. It's what we should expect. It shouldn't really be doing too much. Maybe he can get one Ling. Has to be careful, as the Reaper actually takes quite a number of hits already. GuMiho is gonna be careful as the Queen pops out, and oh my god, GuMiho loses his first Reaper. I was but GuMiho commits. I assumed that this was gonna be a macro follow-up. He's going for an all-in. He throws down a third. Okay, he throws down a third Rex, but he's throwing down a CC as well. He's crazy. He's actually insane. Normally it's just 2 Raxes straight into a third, sorry, straight into a natural. But he's committing with 3 Raxes instead. Meanwhile, here we go. The Reapers come in from behind, but it looks like another Reaper goes down. GuMiho is fumbling this pretty hard. This is not snowballing. This should be 5 Reapers right now. 5 Reapers can go in and just shut down any economy, bully these Queens as well, bully these slow Lings, but that's just not happening. We do see the Reapers do make it down to the low ground, and finally some economic damage is being done. 3 drones get picked off. Hyperion, a little bit out of position with his Queens, is being punished for it, as the Reaper production is not stopping. The GuMiho is not stopping. Ay, ay, ay. Alright, so things were looking a little bit shaky initially for GuMiho, but you know, he believes in his own ability here to deal damage, and already this hatchery is getting to half HP. The Queens are having a hard time keeping up here, and the Reapers can rotate back around towards the natural as well, keeping Hyperion on his toes. What's important though is that Link speed is now done, so Hyperion can keep up with these Reapers. If GuMiho overextends once again, then Hyperion will punish him. Oh boy. Meanwhile, here we go. Third CC is thrown down. We have our factory. We have our starport as well. Are we going to be seeing some medevacs? Are we going to be seeing a drop after this? This is what I mean. GuMiho just does whatever he wants, man. He's crazy. He's actually insane. See a bit of a scout here coming in from Hyperion. He does confirm the third Rax, does see the timing on the third CC, and does spot the add-on swap as well. So I understand that Hyperion is getting ready for potentially mech. He's throwing down a safety Roach Warren. He doesn't need it for the time being, as we finally see a tech lab. So the first signs that we're going to be committing here. There we go. All the add-ons are on the way for Stim, for combat shields. GuMiho just staying at home, respecting Hyperion and making sure that his add-ons are safe and sound. Oh my god. And things are going to be settling down from here. Hyperion still maintains a pretty healthy worker lead. We should be seeing a 4th hatchery soon as well from our Zerg player, as we have the rest of our tech. Baneling Nest, Evo Chambers, Lair. Reapers are going to be threatening, but all they can do is threaten us. He's going for a Reaper drop. He's crazy. He's going straight for the natural. Hyperion is slow to respond, actually. There we go. His queens are finally going to be on the way. Reapers do get dropped into the mineral line. Oh, how good is the target firing here? Ooh, a couple of Reapers get left behind as the drop goes into the main base. One of those medevacs is getting, oh god, uncomfortably low. Uh-oh. The spore? The spore? Oh god! Oh, looks like one medevac is going to go down. Thankfully, it was the empty one. GuMiho is going to be able to get out with some Reapers, but I'll be honest, this is a rough start for GuMiho. It feels like his investment into 3 racks Reapers did not pay for itself. He just lost a medevac as well, which is something that we shouldn't be losing this early on in the game. His upgrade stim is delayed. Everything is delayed because of the opener. GuMiho is playing from behind. No. Do you think maybe GuMiho wants to join KyZ? Is this his way in? I don't know. Oh, as the second medevac goes down, I'm afraid to look, but looking at the units last time, look at the resources here. 700 gas down the drain. Do see a bit of a Widowmine drop coming in. Oh my god, nice target firing. 7 drones go down, and this is the start of a comeback. Ugh. GuMiho fighting back with everything he has. We even have an armory on the way just so these Widowmines stay borrowed. Liberator comes in on the left-hand side as well. So far, the transfuses are just a little bit too good, though. Nice retargeting, but Liberator gets targeted down. Oh. Oh. What am I watching right now? This Hyperion, he's just getting his 4th base up and running. We should be seeing a 5th soon. There we go. 5th is on the way, as well as a macro hatch. Widowmine drop comes back in. No reaction. Hyperion. Ooh, 8 more drones. GuMiho, give this man 2 Widowmines and a medevac, and he will come back in this game. Unfortunately, because of Hyperion's delayed responses here, his delayed reactions, GuMiho he's been able to equalize the workers. So, like, he's behind in drones, but like this is expected. You know, mules make up for that. We see a 4th CC on the way. GuMiho's clearly good enough to kind of make up for a deficit early on in the game. And we've kind of found ourselves in a really weird scenario. Like, the pressure is still on GuMiho to like trade efficiently. Like, even here he focuses down at Baneling. Oh my god, the Widowmine shot! Ooh. Actually splashes on a lot of these Marines, but the Marines survive. That's the important part. But the pressure is on GuMiho to just continue to harass and just pick away at Hyperion. Meanwhile, Hyperion is trying to just like settle himself. He's trying to get up to the 80 workers, Hive Tech, Evo Chambers, 3-3 adrenal glands. That's kind of the goal here for Hyperion, and he's getting there. Like, Hive is gonna finish up in a couple of seconds. Uh-oh. Not again, Poppy, not again. Oh, the targeting. 3 more drones get picked off. Oh, medevac waiting to dive in once again towards the fresh 5th. Weird minds, Poppy. And unfortunately, Hyperion's just been having a really hard time keeping up with the harassment, and just off of harassment, GuMiho is yeah, getting back into this. Ultra Cavern's on the way. I don't know if I like this choice. I think I would have preferred a Spire instead of an Ultra Cavern, just so we have some consistent anti-air to shut down these drops. Especially because these are the ways that GuMiho is getting back into this. Another mine drop is coming in. Another non-reaction. Ugh, 6 more drones go down, but at the same time, Hyperion is able to chase off the main army. There we go. GuMiho coming in with a second prong towards the south. Hyperion has been able to split off his army for the most part. Has to be careful not to overreact. Ooh. It's another mine. Oh god, no! Oh, these mines. They're so brutal. Calm down, Poppy. Whether it's connecting with drones or lings, they just get so much value. And GuMiho has taken the lead in the supply. It's happened. Any kind of advantage that Hyperion had earlier at this point has kind of run its course. Oh no! The Queen's on move command. They were set up to throw down some creep tumors and they got to be going down. Oh, and because we don't have any anti-air, because we went for an Ultra Cavern instead of a Spire, we just can't stop these drops. We finally have a Spire on the way, but this is quite late. We would have already had one if we had prioritized it instead of the Ultra Cavern. Oh my god. Oh, GuMiho not paying attention here. His focus was on the main fight. And despite that, Hyperion is still finding some damage. He completely cleans up that drop. Oh. So Hyperion, he's still in this. You know, we cannot ride him out yet. We've got Vipers on the way. Spire is finally going to finish. And by the time it does, we should be seeing some Corruptors here to help deal with these medevacs. Meanwhile, another bit of a run by GuMiho out of position. His tanks, he wasn't able to replace them. These Banelings are going to connect. They get the planetary. Oh my god. Hyperion, he's doing it, Poppy. He's doing it. He doesn't have any Banelings left, so he has to be careful not to overextend. He will back off. This is going to give GuMiho a bit of an opening. He wants to chase down these Ravagers, and it looks like he will. Ooh. Expensive losses for Hyperion. Every Ravager goes down. Meanwhile, we have another Ling run by being set up, and unfortunately, GuMiho, he just doesn't have anything in position here. This mineral line is exposed. The Banelings, they don't quite go for it. The Lings go for it instead. Meanwhile, GuMiho is focusing on the frontal assault. Banelings are not ready for this. They're being morphed in. It looks like GuMiho just doesn't have enough Hyperion. Despite GuMiho almost coming back in this game, and even here, GuMiho is trading so well. He loses a mineral line. He still loses the majority of his army. He lost his tanks. He lost his Widow Mines. Hyperion has too much of a lead to let this go. He's crazy. He's going for oh my god, he's going for another massive Ling run, but he takes a Widowmine to the face, but doesn't matter because he's shutting down what little economy that GuMiho has left. Oh my god, the friendly fire! At the same time, Ultras push away the main army, and can I even call this a main army? There's barely anything left. Third base goes down. GG gets called. Hyperion takes game number 1. Oh my god. After GuMiho was having a little bit too much fun at the start of the game. I think we can all agree there. GuMiho opening up with a 3 racks Reaper opener, losing his first 2 Reapers, forced to expand and take his natural. From that moment, he was behind. He was coming back due to the Widowmine drops, let's be real. He straight up was, but we saw GuMiho kind of we saw his lapse of attention a little bit too often, right? We saw Banelings find some insane connections that we never thought they would, especially when it comes to the drop into the main base. GuMiho was spreading himself a little bit too thin as well. You know, GuMiho, mate, we gotta tighten things up, buddy. You know, I understand that there is a bit of a skill gap between GuMiho and Hyperion. I think we can all admit to that. I'm pretty sure Hyperion would even admit to that. But You know, gotta take something seriously. Aye, aye, aye. Let's go. We're loading into game 2. Are we gonna be seeing a 2-0? Is this a reality that we live in? Is GuMiho gonna get knocked out in the round of 16? It's possible. Hyperion, he only needs one more. Uno más, papi. Uno más. I want to believe. Let's go. And here we go. Spawning in the top left-hand corner of Gresvan, we have the South Korean Terran player. One of the best Terrans in the world, but currently a free agent, currently down in this series. It is GuMiho. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner of Gresvan, we have his opponents. We have the Chinese Zerg player representing TvZ Gaming. Leading this series, it is Hyperion. I'm a little bit in shock. I'm a little bit in awe as to what happened in game number 1. But I expect GuMiho to have a much more standard opener. Again, in the previous game, he was very committed, going for his 3 Raxes, going for those Reapers the way that he did. And it's something that can be really difficult to recover from. And even after that, even post that recovery, Hyperion is also showing us the reason why we were talking about how he's kind of peaking in skill at the moment. Like, Hyperion is looking better than he ever has in his, 3-year career. I think he started competing in 2019-ish, around that era. That's when he was popping up in people's radars. So it's been really cool to see Hyperion take down some big names, some big European names, and now taking maps off of some of the big Koreans as well. Can he take a series though? Like, I can talk at length as to how good Hyperion is and how he can take maps off of anyone. That's true, but a series is a little bit different, right? Taking 2 games, taking 3 games, being consistent against the best players in the world is where things become a little bit more difficult and a little bit harder to believe. But I want to be a believer, you know? I want to have faith. I want to have faith. We'll see. We'll see if he's got it in him. As GuMiho is going for a standard Rax expand. Returning to normalcy. He's going to be sending his first Reaper across the map. Hyperion goes for a hatch gas pool. Is going to be taking his 3rd hatchery. He's going to be hiding his drone here, avoiding the Reaper, and coming in and throwing it down on location. Now, we saw GuMiho lose his first Reaper pretty early on, so hopefully this time as well, he's not as cavalier with it. Already, looks like he's going to be able to get a drone. No! Ooh. Very quick spore there from Hyperion. He keeps his drones alive. Oh, overextends with his Lings, though. He's going to be losing 1. 1 more than we would expect. Not the biggest of deals, though. Like, losing Lings, it's okay. It's okay. Behind this, GuMiho goes for a 3rd CC before Starport. Pretty standard opener, 1-1-1, 3 CC. Very economic, very meta in current day and age. GuMiho clearly being humbled after game 1. He's like, okay, that's fun is over. Look, I'm here to make some money, Papi. I'm here to make some money. And because of that, I don't think we're going to be seeing anything too crazy or too wild out of GuMiho. Stock standard play, I think, is all that he really needs to do to win this series. So behind this, we have Heli in production. We see a bit of an add-on switch as well to get into, I imagine, Banshees. BCC Banshee is what we should expect. There it is. And as this is happening, GuMiho is still being a little bit hyper aggressive here. With his first 2 Hellions, he dives in. Oh my god, he forces all the boys off the line, and he's going to be getting a lot of damage done. Hyperion being punished for under-making those Lings. And GuMiho's coming back in. Oh my god. Oh no! GuMiho, he comes back in. 8 workers have gone down in total, and he's going to be keeping the majority, every single one of these Hellions alive. Oh. On top of that, Hyperion even gets supply blocked, and this is the GuMiho that we expect to be seeing here, with his first handful of units just completely pulling apart his Zerg opponent. It's very unorthodox to send your first Hellions in like that. It is so risky to do, but he was gambling a little bit, hoping that Hyperion would only have 3 Lings to defend and his 2 Queens, and alas, GuMiho was able to just run rings around them. And Hyperion's had a pretty rough start to this game. Behind this, he's going straight into his lair, as we would expect. He's not going to be skipping it for faster Evo chambers, and oh, he's actually going for a Roach Warren. Interesting. I think this is a good way to catch your opponent off guard and to maybe try and turtle up a little bit as well, to be a little bit more efficient with how you're spending your larva. I'm curious if he's going to go for an all-in from here. As Hyperion, he's forced to make a wave of Lings. These Lings are typically designed to deflect any kind of Hellion aggression, as the Hellions are making their way across the map. We should be seeing droning from here. Queens are going to be rotating as well. GuMiho is going to try and be annoying and force a cancel on this 4th base. We'll see if he can pull it off. We have plenty of Queens, but they're a bit of a ways off. Oh boy. I've been here. The Queens are rotating over, but it may just be a little bit too late. Oh god. Una más. Oh, that's a... Oh no! Hyperion! That's a kill, not a cancel. Hyperion was gambling a little bit there. I'm sure he was hoping that he would be able to save this hatchery, but... as amazing as game 1's start was for Hyperion, this is as bad as it can get. To lose all those drones and to lose your 4th hatchery. And this may just be it here, as GuMiho is rushing across the map with what he has. His Hellions were repaired when they got back home. The Queens are going down one after the other. Roaches are on the way, but they're not ready yet. Half the Queens already get picked up. And without Banelings, without Ravagers, this hold is going to be nigh impossible. The Queens are trying to come in and support whichever way they can. The Vials are going to be connecting on the tanks. Ooh. And Hyperion is going to be able to deflect this. It cost him a lot. It cost him 5 Queens. But he survives. He does survive in the end. He's going to be able to establish his 4th base. He's going to be able to saturate it as well. He's okay. He's okay. As GuMiho once again is slipping in with a couple of these Hellions. Hyperion does respond this time. Quite well. Means they're getting in position for the main army. Only 1 tank for GuMiho. But he does have Stim. He does have 1-1. And where's the Ling Bane? It's not here. Another Queen goes down. Behind this, GuMiho, his macro has just been insane. You know, he's fully saturated on 3 bases. We have a 4th. Already more than halfway done. He's getting to the rest of his production. His 2-2 timing is going to be crazy as well, hitting as Hyperion only has 1-1 to work with. Oh boy, and this is a pretty brutal window just before Bailing Speed finishes. Bailing Speed is going to finish up in 10 seconds, but before that happens, the hatchery is forfeit. Unfortunately, because of all the loss of Queens earlier, we haven't been able to respread creep at this location either. The Bailings are all going to get targeted down. And this may just be it. Without Bailings, without Lings to support them, these Marines, there's just no way to stop them. There's actually just no way. They just stim on forward. They stim and they win. GG gets called. GuMiho takes game number 2 in a pretty dominating fashion. Oh. This is GuMiho going serious mode, you know? He was trying to have fun in game 1, he was punished for it, and now here he is just refocusing, recalibrating. From the very beginning, from those first Hellions as well. We are going all the way to the ace match. And talking about Hyperion a little bit, I do think that he's probably under a lot of stress right now. Because he's like, oh my god, I'm so close, puppy. I'm so close to taking the series. I'm so close to eliminating GuMiho. Can I do it? Maybe I can. And I'm sure these thoughts are going through Hyperion's mind, and I'm sure because of that, you know, it does sometimes lead to some mistakes as well, messing up a little bit, causing some blunders here and there. Hopefully he's able to shake off the nerves. Because game 2 was a little bit brutal. And I do want to think that part of that came into play in game number 2 when it comes to not cancelling, when it comes to the supply blocks as well. We did see him get supply blocked quite brutally at the start of the game. We'll see. Alright, vámonos, papi, vámonos. Yo, also shout out to Vindicta in the chat. Miguelito, papi, ¿cuándo vas a jugar? Vindicta, when are you playing the ESL Open Cup Asia, papi? Just play on Korea, forehead. As we are loading on in, and here we go. We are spawning in to Royal Blood, and in the bottom left-hand corner, we have South Korean Terran representing himself, tying up that series 1-1. It is GuMiho. And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Royal Blood, we have his opponent, the Chinese Zerg player representing TvZ Gaming. It is Hyperion. Already doing better than I think any of us thought he would in taking that first game. But now we saw a little bit of a reality check in game number 2. We saw GuMiho just excel so much in his harassment, in his timings, in his push, in his aggression overall. Oh boy. So here we go, Hyperion. We got to see all you got. All you have to show right here, right now. Hatch gas pool, let's go. Opening up standard, opening up macro on Royal Blood. And I wouldn't be surprised if GuMiho goes for another 3cc build as well. Just like game 2. Part of me would have loved to have seen like a proxy. Just like ended in style. But you know, it's too early. If we get knocked out here in the round of 16, we're not making anything, so GuMiho doesn't want to risk it. Not here, not ever, not again. Not again, Bappy, as yeah, everything is kind of as it should be. Hopefully this time as well, Hyperion, it's not necessarily about like scouting, but hopefully his queens are ready for any kind of Hellion dives early on. We saw what GuMiho was able to accomplish with only 2 Hellions, so Hyperion has to be that much more careful here. As my mistake, sorry, I said hatch gas pool. It looks like he went for a pool first. I wasn't quite paying attention to the timings here, but yeah, my apologies, especially if anyone else caught it in the chat. But he did go for a full first opener. I think he was anticipating a proxy, especially because he didn't necessarily make additional lings behind it either. He tried to go across the map, but yeah, Hyperion just assuming that GuMiho would proxy him. Oh my god. Ugh. And he's getting punished for it a little bit here. He's stuck on 2 bases. He loses a drone. He's gonna try and take a third, but the Reaper is here to stop him. This is unfortunate. Thankfully, Link Speed is about to finish up, and with Link Speed, he can clean up this Reaper and finally expand, but this is so delayed. Alright, Here we go. Lings are rushing across the map for Hyperion. The CC across the map is already done, and we do have some Marines on the way, so I don't really see these Lings doing too much. They can force some lost mining time. GuMiho is going to have to evacuate this natural. But with SCVs to hold position, with this SimCity as well, with this depot, yeah, these Lings aren't going to find too much success. Vámonos, baby, vámonos. So, as you can see in the worker count here, this opener from Hyperion does kind of hurt his own economy. We can see him actually at a worker deficit compared to GuMiho, which isn't something you really see at this stage of the game in this matchup. Yeah, going for the pool first didn't really work out here for Hyperion. He just gambled a little bit, assuming that GuMiho would gamble, and alas, it didn't really work out for him in the end. We do see him actually prioritizing his Bailey Nest as well, which is a little bit surprising. We'll see if he intends to cut workers and if he intends to go for a Bane bust. We don't see a lair here whatsoever. We do finally have our third, but we are saturating the third. We are droning. So I guess Hyperion just trying to be very safe. No. Why I bring that up is that, you know, investing gas into this Baneling Nest is going to slow down your lair, which is going to slow down your Baneling speed as well. So getting into the mid game is going to be a little bit more difficult here for Hyperion, if he intends to go that far. Like, this is kind of what I was assuming. Like, is he going to cut workers at 45? I assume so. I assume he's gonna go for a Bane bust. No, but he drones. Okay, never mind. But where's our lair, Poppy? What's happening? We're droning, but yeah. Okay. All right. Take me with you, Hyperion. Take me with you. GuMiho is just going to be poking and prodding here with his Hellions, nothing too crazy. He did go for, oh my god, a pretty brutal, he's going for an all-in. Jesus, there is no third CC. There is a third CC starting now, but he's got his 3 Raxes, he's got 1-1 already. He's going for a pretty committed push. Hyperion does have a Baneling Nest defensively, which is good, but he doesn't have any spotter Lings, so he doesn't actually see this coming. No armory with this, so no Hellbats. GuMiho is going to be pushing in. A very awkward timing here. 1 minute before any kind of usual Terran aggression. And even if these Banelings finish up, what is slow Banelings gonna do? Oh boy. And here we go, the Marines are dropping into the main base. So Ling Bane is going to be responding at the same time the Hellions are getting ready to dive in towards the third. So GuMiho coming in with 2 prongs. Oh my god, we even have a Liberator to support. Spore is going to be focused down, the Lings as well. He's waiting for the Queens, and now that the Queens have rotated over, that opens things up for the Hellions, and there we go, the Hellions are going in. Oh god. Yeah, alas, Hyperion, he needed to split up his army a little bit better here, and as a result, GuMiho hasn't really lost much of anything. Every Queen is going to be targeted down. The Lings were slow to respond. The target fire. Up! Up! Oh. They were so close to connecting, but alas, was not meant to be. And behind this, GuMiho is taking his third. His third is relatively late, but he already did so much damage. He was able to slim down some of those Queens, the Ling Bane, the drones as well. The lair is finally done and Baneling speed has started, but again, we're at 7 minutes, 7:30, and Baneling speed just started. Oh. Yeah, and because of the lack of vision here, this may just be a little bit too much. Every Baneling gets focused down, and GG gets called. Oh my god. GuMiho does redeem himself, and he takes the series at 2-1. GG. I think Hyperion got into his own head a little bit too much in Game 3. Especially with the early Baneling Nest and delaying all of his tech as well. I think he was playing so scared. I understand the pull first. I understand the pull first against a potential proxy, sure, whatever. But from that point, I didn't see anything that he scouted necessarily that screamed that he needed that Bailey Nest. Typically, that's to defend against, like, say, a Hellbat push, for example. If you assume that that's coming your way. So again, just like very safe play from Hyperion, putting himself behind as a result of that. And GuMiho just popping off, mate. GG. GG. And with that, GuMiho is going to be moving on to the next round. Hyperion, he does bow out here in the round of 16, but I hope that he's happy with his results. Like, taking a game off of GuMiho is not an easy thing to do. And he looks quite good in that series, in that game overall. Fumbled the ball a little bit in the series overall, but, you know, you're up against GuMiho. Like, what do you expect? Oh, God. Nothing to be ashamed of. Nothing to be ashamed of. So, GG. Well played to Hyperion. And as always, I hope to see more of him. I hope to see more of him in the future as we're getting ready for our next series. Let's have a look at the brackets. We have our next opponent. It is going to be another TvZ. Just nothing but TvZs today. Jesus Christ. We have results coming in, and it looks like Solar did take down Mondo 2-0, and now GuMiho is going to be facing Solar in the quarterfinals.